variation. Oh, I'm so glad to be here with you guys. Bless this body, mind, and spirit to the highest good for a wellness experience. We'll take an inhale to lift the arms up, stretch up through your spine, and go over to a half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. This is a side lateral flexion. If you care to add on, you can take this foot over, and then you can even add a little rotational movement. This is your class. I'm going to encourage you to follow your intuition. I'll offer the theme moves and variations, but listen to your gut. Breathe in. I like that, Cheryl, the way you pulled your arm. That's a really nice assist. Take that breath through your nose. We're going to try to breathe in through the nose through the whole class and send it to this rib cage. Now we're going to go up with your inhale and take it to the other side. You could cross your foot over. You could put a hand down. Breathe in. And now we're giving some nourishment and wellness to this side. It's so good for the shoulders. So good for the back. And just caring for the body and the mind. Breathe in, stretching, opening. Take that inhale. It's like I'm pulling your arm. You feel little nuances in your own body, where it needs it, where it's getting some nourishment. Take another inhale. And then as you are ready, come up. Both feet are underneath you for a moment, but we're going to go out to a 5-pointed star. The arms are out. Pick up your right toes and reach them towards the right wall. Spread that arm out over your leg. Now this top arm we're going to do a little Vinyasa with. So you'll take a few circles. Go inhale and lubricate that arm and exhale. Breathe in. And then we're going to find a place that feels appropriate for you. It could be up, triangle official, the classic, or over. I love this variation, or behind. And just enjoy. Breathe in. Let your exhale be a way to release any tension you don't know need to hold the posture. Breathe in. You can feel the four corners of your feet on the ground, so you have excellent grounding, and that gives you the ability to stretch and reach more. I love it. You're listening to your body, filling it, nourishing it, and take another inhale. Now with your strong core and your solid footing, you're able to come up. Transition through 5-pointed star, lift and spread those toes, heading the other way. Ooh, reach out. Ah, and left hand could come down. Now the inhale can circle that top arm. We're going to give it some mobility. Reach 2, and at least 3 or so, you'll know. And then find a place for that arm that feels like what you need today. Good. Breathe, maybe behind your back, maybe up. And then inhale through your nose. And exhale, release tension. Inhale, nourish your cells with that breath. And exhale, let everything else go. This is your time. We don't get many times where we get to set aside our mind and just refill our cup. So it's kind of like you're plugging in your computer. It's going to need recharging, but it's going to work so much better after. 2. Keep reaching. It looks great. There you go. I just felt a little adjustment in my body. Those are great. Take another inhale. Now, as you're ready, you're strong in your feet. You have 4 corners of pressure in each foot, and then you come up with that core. Your toes are forward. This is 5-pointed star. Exhale, come down. Now your fingers or your hands can be right underneath your shoulders and between the feet. Pull on the floor a little bit. I like to release tension in the neck by just shaking out a little bit in the head. See what works for you. Inhale, and as you exhale, release further in the pose. 5. Your arms are helping you. 4. You're grounded on your feet, but the toes aren't having to grip. They're just, your feet are active, but you don't have any excessive flexion in your toes. 3, 2. Now, while we're here, if you care to add on an interlaced finger position, you can do that. If that doesn't serve you, you can also just hold on to your elbows. Otherwise, release with each exhale. Now we're going to let that down and come halfway up and leave your right hand or your right knuckles on the mat, roughly underneath your nose, and spiral the left arm up. Imagine you're an eagle and your arms are just this humongous wingspan across the sky, broad and wide. Breathe in and stretch through your wingspan, your arms. Your exhale might micro-rotate your back. Inhale. And then on your exhale, this other hand or knuckles, the knuckles are down if you want to have a straighter wrist. Your inhale opens up your other arm. Now reach through your arms as if you're a broad wingspan, or a broad winged hawk or an eagle. You're expansive. Breathe and breathe and breathe and open and release your tension anywhere in the body as you're here. This is a neat little practice of only having enough tension that you need and letting go that which you don't need. Keep opening. And let it go. Now your hands are going to go to each hip, respective hip. Come up about halfway, and then when you feel like your blood pressure is adjusted, come all the way up and even go into a back bend. Hands go to the sacrum, lift your heart, elbows squeeze together, but you've got your neck in a happy place. Inhale. And then exhale, come back into neutral, hands to your heart. Now you can step, shimmy, or jump your feet together. And it's coffee time. Grab a sip of coffee and we'll nourish that body with a good sip of tea or coffee. And bring it to the front of your mat. Yum. Inhale, lift. And then as you exhale, your hands can come down. Now you can meet me in down dog, or you can do a little vinyasa. So if you're going to do a vinyasa with me, it's an elbow bend and inhale to up dog, waking up to this beautiful day, and then exhale to down dog. Either way, we'll meet in a down dog, and let's walk out that dog. One knee bends, and so that one heel can come down. Your neck is soft, your shoulder blades are wide. You can pretend I've got my fingers on your shoulder blades, widening them on your back. The neck has plenty of room. Now both heels lift at the same time, and both heels lower, and both heels lift, and both heels lower. And then we're just going to hold our pose. Exhale it all out. You can even close the eyes. Down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. In esoteric terms, the down dog's about seeing things with a new perspective. One more. Notice how good that feels. Look up at your hands, step, walk, or jump to get up there, halfway up position. Now, when your blood pressure feels settled, go all the way up and back. Hands come to the heart. Now leave your right foot where it is. Make sure you have enough room, but your left foot can go about 5 feet deep in a line with your own hip. So the right foot's in with my right hip, left foot with my left hip. The arms can come up. And this is a Virabhadrasana 1, and please explore. Arms up is really nice. If you've been feeling tight in the shoulders, you can also open up like this field goal post. So heart up, there's no strain in the body, but there's an intention, there's a deliberation with the muscles. That right thigh feels strong. That left leg feels long. The breath comes in the nose and expands the heart. We know extensions help with feeling good, serotonin, dopamine. We're giving ourselves our own drug with no side effect kick right now when you hold this posture. When you breathe in fully, take your inhale. Now, as you're ready, your palms can come to the heart and you're in a long line. So notice how there's a long line from crown to heel. When you're ready, step softly to that other foot, samastitihi, and then we're gonna take a soft landing. So you're in control. I like to think of how an animal moves. Right foot back. There's an elasticity to your joints. Front thigh is strong. Here we go, Virabhadrasana, Warrior One. I'm happy where I am. I'm really excited where I'm going. So I'm grounded where I am and I'm eager for the next step. Arms are up or field goal post. And you're long through that back leg. You're strong through that front thigh. Breathing in, extensions, and breathing fully help create dopamine, serotonin, and all the good stuff. So soak it in, bathe in it. There's one more, I'm sure it'll come to me later, but breathe in all the happy hormones and neurotransmitters. Breathe in fully. Now your hands can come to your heart. Your thumb can gently touch the heart. Hinge forward and notice this long line from crown to heel. We're going to, with elasticity, land softly next to our foot. I love it, samastitihi. Take a moment to notice how you feel. I'm going to offer that we get another sip of yummy coffee or tea, whatever you would like, and nourish the cells. A soft offer is that we take 8 to 16 ounces per class. We're going to take an inhale to come up. Now, Utkatasana is also, it's called the awkward posture. I think more like a chair sounds better to me. So I'm going to call it chair. Your heels are heavy, your toes are up. Your toes are up just to notice that you can stay in the heels. Lower them back down. Your knees track with your second toe. Your shoulders are down and you feel strong. We're going to add a palm together, and if you care to add on, leave the legs the same and differentiate the upper body towards a rotation. You can even hook your elbow if you'd like. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now when you come forward, your arms come up. We're going to take them back down to your heart and then add on. Now if you're getting tired and you need to stand, that's fine. You listen to you. Otherwise, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now when we come back, our arms are going to raise. Here we go. Stand tall and let all that simmer. It's like you're baking a cake and everything assimilates. Really good. Now to the front of the mat. That way we have enough room. Your right foot stays forward. Your left foot goes 4.5 feet deep or so. You are in long knees this time. We're going to take a little Vinyasa here. So up arms 1, up arms 2, and on that third one, you can take an interlaced finger position if you care to. Maybe you want to hold onto your elbows or Namaste reverse, something that opens your shoulders. Breathe in. In exhale, you're hinging at the hips. You notice your gaze changes so that your neck feels in a line. You might have your gaze softly towards the toes or the shins so that your neck feels healthy. Left hip steers forward, right hip steers back. Now breathe in through the nose. Let your elastic torso respond so that your belly, your diaphragm, your ribs, your heart, everything's moving in there with that breath. New breath in, releasing everything else. Notice that you're grounded. And flexible. Now we're going to take another inhale, and with your strong foundation, push your feet into the floor. See if you can go into a bit of a back bend here. Hard up. If you'd like to add on, lift up those levers, lift up those arms. Inhale, stretch. Now your hands can come thumbs to the heart. And we're going to soften the right knee, land softly like an animal landing. Good. Samasthiti. Now the right foot goes back. And your right foot goes in line with your hip. Your left foot goes in line with your left hip. Let's take 3 circles again. Vinyasa. Arms up. Big circle as you can. Pump and lymph. And then interlace or hold your elbows or namaste reverse. You find your place. Breathe in and open the shoulders. I love it. Exhale, hinge. Both knees are long, and the modification would be to soften the front knee if you need. Hinging, hinging, hinging. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. And just notice how your muscles fire around the ankle, around the shin to keep you balanced. They're always, your cells in your body are working in your favor. Breathe in the new, exhale out the old. Full breath. Breathing in your nose, breathing out your nose. Letting go of any tension you don't need. You just have enough to do the pose. You're not adding any extra. It's a little fun game of releasing tension you don't need. We're going to take another inhale. We're going to push the feet strong into the floor. Go up and even beyond into a little back bend here. And if you care to lift up your arms, reach up towards that sky. Let your hands drift to the heart. Thumbs touch, soften the knees and land, Samasthiti. And then take a moment, notice how you feel. And we'll take a sip, good job. And come back. We'll be at the front of our mat, roughly the front of our mat. Take the inhale to go up in your arms, Utkatasana. Now either stay here or if you care to add on, lift up your heels. Now try to balance across your toes. 5, your heels are up. 4, 3, 2. Now carefully or slowly lower the heels. You're in control. Hands down. Your feet go back and you can meet me in down dog. Or if you care to do a vinyasa, you can bend the elbows and take an inhale to go up dog first. And then you can add a push-up and do a down dog. Either way, we'll meet in a down dog. Press the heels, press the hands, lengthen. We're going to add on a little trick here. Bend both knees just once. Now lift your sit bones higher. You kind of arch your low back more when you do that. Now keep your sit bones higher and then re-lengthen your knees. And you should feel like you're in a deeper place. It's okay if you don't. Just experience down dog here. Breathe in. Inhale. Now we're going to take an articulation. It can be either hands and knees or on this down dog. So the down dog way is lift your heels, articulate your lower back, add your middle back, go to your upper back and go into up dog. And then you would reverse that. You would tuck the chin, upper back, middle back, and lower back, and then keep going to down dog. Now you can do that, or the alternative would be cat-cow. All fours, quadruped. Find what you need for you. We're going to do a handful of these. Whatever you are, so what did Confucius say? Wherever you go, be there fully. So whatever you're doing, just let your mind focus on that body in that position. Up dog, middle back, low back. Lift your heels, low back, middle back, upper back. Breathe in. Enjoy. Exhale, flexion. We'll do one more or so. Breathe in, lift. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Inhale and tuck, upper back, middle back, lower back. And then we're gonna walk up to our hands and meet in halfway up for a bit. Once your blood pressure feels settled, go all the way up and into a back bend. Inhale, and the hands come together, Samastitihi. Really good. Open up the legs, you're doing great. Amy, you grabbed a sip and I really wanted to, so grab a sip. We are gonna do warrior two. All right, we're gonna do arms open. Yep, thanks Cheryl. I knew we all wanted to. We love it. So the right knee, this is a little vinyasa too. When you just sort of bend your knee into traction of your second toe, you're training your body where you would like it to track. I'm watching it, I'm doing that, so that way when I'm in life, my knee kind of knows. Now right here, my knee's over my ankle. I can still see my big toe. We're gonna open up the arms. Now we're gonna gaze majestically over that right middle finger. Here we go. And your legs are spiraling away from you. So Michelle, when you were here, that cue made sense. So you're externally rotating your femurs, you're spiraling them that way. Open up. All right. This is warrior two. Virabhadrasana is very much, I'm content where I am and I'm looking forward to where I'm going. But notice he's not looking back. It's all about here and forward. So we're gonna bless our past to move forward. Now this front arm can go into either your thigh. That's one option. This is extended side angle. You may feel like you want to take the hand or the knuckles down to the floor. And imagine that there's this wall behind you and your body's on the wall. So your upper shoulder blade, your glute, your back thigh, and your arm could go behind you, good Cheryl, or maybe it goes over your ear. Just have fun. Now breathe in through your nose. The top rib cage will get more of that breath. The belly pulls in. Nourish your cells here. Stretch out that side. You can act like I'm pulling your arm or rotating your torso back. Now with this strong foundation of our feet and our core, inhale and let this body come up. Now we're going to pass through that warrior two and go to Parvriti Virabhadrasana. Reverse warrior. That knee is still happy on top of the ankle. Oh, there you go. You're doing great. Breathe. It looks so good. This hand can be above or below that knee. I just don't like to really press laterally on the knee. It's not a it's a hinge joint. It's not meant to have that side pressure. So just a little touch above or below. 5, 4. Breathe in. Your top rib cage is most likely getting that expansive pliancy, malleability. Take that inhale. And then you're going to exhale to the Virabhadrasana. Straighten that knee. Now 5-pointed star is a great comeback move, and you notice drop the shoulders. Pick up the left toes. Now we're gonna just do a little vinyasa, and it may seem little, like okay, a little knee bend, but what we're teaching it is track with that second toe. Your body knows this now, and you have attention on it, conscious effort, and then when you go in the world, it'll feel if you deviate easier. So now the left knee's on top. I can see the big toe, palms open. Let's look majestically over that left middle finger. Here we go. Breathe in, grounded where you are, eager where you're going. Breathe in. The exhales are a great opportunity to release tension where you don't need it. Without judgment, you're just letting it go. You're just relaxing into the pose. eagle wingspan. Now we're going to take an inhale, and this top forearm for you could go to your thigh. You could take your top arm over. This is extended side angle Parsvottanasana. You could choose to put this left hand or knuckles down. And some of you like that arm behind variation. That's a fun one. Good. Imagine you're up against the wall. Your shoulder blades are against the wall. Your hips spiral your thigh backwards. Good. Breathe, stretch, open. Inhale. Nice, Karen. That's a great one. 4. 3. Upper back might be able to rotate more. Back, Betty, just a tiny bit. Yep. Did you felt that? That was good. You did it. 3. That was very good. Yep. Keep reaching. That's good. Elbow looks long today, Michelle, and sorry, Karen, that looks good, and I like that arm back, Michelle. Now, strong footing, push, push, push. Now, there's a feeling of going up and back, so you're not just collapsing on your back leg. Now, that front thigh, that's the one I have to kind of notice. Put that knee on top of the heel, keep it there, and breathe. Parvriti Virabhadrasana, reverse warrior. Breathe. Breathe into that rib cage. Looks good, Cheryl. 2, 3, 4, you're doing so good. 5, rolling that rib cage open. This really helps get the obliques, which are really important to keep posture upright. The obliques, if they're tight, they contribute to rounded upper back. So breathe in one more time. We got this. This feels good. On your exhale, you're going to be coming up, straightening that knee. Now we're in 5-pointed star. You can step, walk, or jump your feet together. Grab a sip of yummy drink. Meet me back here. Got to get it while it's hot. That's the best. And then we're going to take an inhale to lower the fingers, arms up. Now Utkatasana, take a moment. Hold, 5, 4, 3, love it. 2. Now we're going to put those hands down and your feet back. If you care to meet me in down dog, just meet me there. If you care to do a vinyasa, bend the elbows, inhale up dog, and then meet me in a down dog. This time we're going to toe in a little bit. That's going to open up the SI joint. If you've been feeling like your SI joint runs a little tight, this should feel especially good. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2. Now normal down dog, heels parallel. Now we're going to shift. I want to give you an option. The first option is do a plank on your forearms and hold for 10. If you care to do a plank on your hands, you can. I'm just going to offer this because we're holding it a little bit longer. And Michelle, drop your hips maybe 1/2 inch. Yeah, there you go. 5. Good. 4, 3, 2. Now can you do side plank here, Vasisthasana? You're on your forearms. Good. Your forearms, excuse me. Breathe in. Now we're taking Vasisthasana on the other side. You can just flip over. I'm going to turn so I can see you for form, but you can just flip. All right, here we go. Yeah. Stretch. Good. Breathe. Take that inhale. Now, both forearms are going to come down again and lower your pelvis. This right here is Sphinx. If you care to add on, we're going to go to Bhujangasana, which is swan. In Pilates, swan, in yoga, Bhujangasana. So Bhujangasana is like a snake coming out of a basket or shedding its skin. So you're getting rid of the old and you're starting new. Bring it. Inhale. Now exhale to lower, and we're going to do that again. You know, these are some of my favorite for us. Breathe in. Inhale, come up. You could do Sphinx on your forearms, or you could do Bhujangasana. Shoulders are down. So what I see looks really good. If you ever felt tight, you could always walk your hands out wider or more in front of you. You don't want to feel like your neck is aggravated in this. So Everything I see looks good. Hold, breathe. Good, Karen, that looks good. 5. Lower down, and then we're going to do this one more time. So breathe in, get ready. Sphinx or Bhujangasana. Inhaling. Next step. This is your shedding the skin. You're transitioning, and all of life is a transition, really. Every day is a new moment. I'm going to get rid of those things that tie me down, old stories. I'm going to step gracefully into my next story, total love. Here we go, lower down. Now on this next one, you could bend both knees, or maybe you just want to bend one knee. One hand reaches down towards your foot or ankle. The other hand reaches down if you want it. Otherwise, we'll do 2 sets here, so do what serves you. Come on up. Dhanurasana is bow pose. Your neck is easy. Your thighs are strong here, but you don't have any tension in the neck. Recover for a moment and either take the other leg, or you could do a second set of this Dhanurasana, one hand per foot. So it's up to you. When you're ready, here we come. Inhale. You're playing a game. It's almost like how little effort can you have in it, how little tension. So you're deliberate and you're intentional with your postures, but you're not tense. So have fun with that. This dance between tension and relaxation. You're deliberate, you're intentional, but you're not tense anywhere. Your jaw's soft. Breathe in. Now this time, we're going to push back. Garbhasana. I really enjoy a toe under variation, so if you'd like to pull your toes under and get a little foot stretch, it's a nice little bonus. If you prefer your feet flat, go for it. Just take care of you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to come to a side plank. You could do this on your forearm, or I'm going to offer Maldrasana. So let me show you what that one is, because it's one of my favorites. So this is side plank on my hand, but you can do it on your forearm. Left foot back and then lift up. There. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it fun? Isn't it beautiful? So 10, 5, 3. Now adjust to side plank, go to your front plank, and then go to your side plank from Maldrasana, or side plank on your forearm. Lift, enjoy wherever you are, go fully. 10. Take that inhale, transition. Come meet me in down dog when you're ready, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Walk, step, or jump up to your hands. Halfway up, let your blood pressure adjust, and then as you're ready, come up. Go back, breathe in. And then let's take a sip of yummy coffee with goat milk in it. Balance poses. And we're going to lift and spread our toes. I like to do this a few times. Sometimes the toes don't get a lot of attention in life, so this gives them attention. If you're walking on the beach, they'll get really good attention this week though. So lift and spread. If they don't respond to you ever, just get down there and move them. They'll respond with a little help. Now the right arm can go up and back, and you're going to hold on to your foot or your ankle. So at first we're going to do a standing quadricep stretch. Pull the rib down, pull the pubic bone up a little, and I like a hand forward, sort of offsetting that foot. So hips level. This is an area that most of us could use stretch every day if we sit in a chair. The hip flexors get used a lot in sports and sitting, they're in flexion. So If you care to add on, put your foot and push it into your hand. Excuse me, not Dhanurasana, not the Rajasana, dancer, king dancer. Keep going. Take that inhale. Now, as you're ready, you're just going to exhale and gracefully come back. Samastitihi. Notice how that whole side feels so open. Other side. One arm goes up and back to the foot. Now, at first, we're just holding a tall quadricep stretch. Rib down, pubic bone up. Good. I like how your hips are level. I like how I see a shoulder opener. That's sort of an extra bonus. This will help your knees in the long run. Love it. Now, as you're ready, you could push your foot into your hand and your thigh comes back. Your neck is soft. So for me, I need to chin tuck just a little. Yep, there you go. Take whatever variation you can. Now breathe. The jaw is soft, the forehead soft. Reach. Breathing in. Slowly bring it back. Let yourself come into Samastitihi. A little reward with a sip. Meet me back here. I think we're going to meet our 8 to 16 ounces goal. This one is a little harder. I shouldn't say that. You notice it for yourself, so can be. Lift and spread your toes, and for now we're going to put our hands beside our hips. Imagine your one long line from crown to lifted foot. So as your leg lifts, your torso heads down. Sometimes I imagine it's like one of those flamingos you see in a yard with a water bubble at the end. So as your torso goes forward, your leg goes up. Warrior 3. And if you care to make it harder, your arms could go over your ears. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Slowly come back and Samastitihi. Take a moment. Good. And you know, modification would be just to hold a diagonal pose. Hands by your side. Here we go. Hinge. Your leg up, your torso forward. So that diagonal is a great modification. If you want to keep going forward, you'll notice it changes the intensity. Don't let it change your breath. Arms could come forward if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Inhale, and then exhale, come back and take your hands at your heart. Ooh, notice how you feel. Grab a sip if you'd like. Meet me back at the floor. Now this pose has 2 things we're offering. Lift and spread your toes, and at first do Utkatasana. So your heels are heavy, and I'm going to put the hands at the heart on this one. Pretend your heart is your flashlight. The flashlight would be facing forward. So it's opposed to here, the flashlight's facing forward. Okay, if you care to add on, one leg could lift. And if you care to add on, one leg could be, it looks like pigeon, doesn't it? It looks like a figure 4. Hold 6, good. 5, and lift your heart a little bit, Betty. 4, yes. 3, good. 2, now the foot comes down. Good, Michelle, that's fine. And then the other one is on top. Now your heart, so if you open your palms, it'll shine to me. is forward. Good. All right, 6, 5, 4, there you go, 3, 2, and then everything stands up. Pause. Ooh, we're gonna touch eagle pose for a moment, and I'm gonna offer the Utkatasana. So that is perfectly fine to stay. You could lift your right thigh once, so let me show you again. Right leg could lift once and hook around if you want. The right arm could come under and your hands together. 10. Now take another inhale, and then as you come up, let everything unwind. So there's a lot of locks. There's 7 locks in the joints. Have a seat. Now you could add on your thigh, lifting up once, crossing maybe underneath the calf. Left arm comes underneath. Elbows could be up high shoulder, but the neck is long. 1, 5, and on the 10, slowly unwind. Hands together at the heart. You're doing great. Grab a sip. We're going to do some mat work now, some mat stretches. And I'm going to offer that we get there with the feet a little wide and come into a garland pose. Now let me tell you about some things you could do if this just didn't work out. Although everybody looks good, for me, I have to have my feet a little wider than my brain initially thinks. Sometimes I try to come in too narrow and the heels are off. So see if that's good for you. Palms low. Amy, I was thinking just a ½ inch would feel good. Yeah. Other tricks include sitting on a yoga block or doing happy baby on your back. But right now I like it. Let's do a little negotiating cowgirl. Just you can rest one hand on the thigh, and you're just kind of opening up the inguinal crease. And then negotiating cowgirl on the other side. Ancient Indian name for this pose. 4, 3, 2. Yeah, you're opening up that inner thigh. And then 1. All right, now if you care to do this other one, you can put your feet together and you kind of dive through. We're just going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then your fanny's right there. Lower it. Make sure you have enough room on your mat. So I like to have my spine really comfortable. So I've got at least the length of my mat behind me. So everybody's good? Good. All right. So the right ankle goes to the left thigh. The hands go through the window and hold on to the thigh. This is figure 4, like a lying pigeon on the back. And again, it's nice to add a rock or ankle movements. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out your nose and let your hips just have this sense of relaxation, a sense of melting, a letting go. They do so much for us, and now we're caring for them. We're going to take that other ankle to thigh, reach your hands through, and then you can add a rock. Maybe you can move the toes and the ankle. I like to move my head a little bit too, just to get rid of any of those slightly tense areas in the neck. That the neck holds our head up all day long. This long, thin lever holding this big 8 to 12 pound weight. So I love to give it a little tension, a little release. Breathe in. And now we're going to let the left leg go really long on the mat. And your right foot can kind of lift your hips, and I call it scooch it over till the right knee's over. Your left hand can be a paperweight on that thigh. If you care to add Vinyasa, this is another nice place to do shoulder openers. And breathe in. And you might even pretend you're at the beach and you're drawing a circle in the sand with your fingertips. And then you just leave it there. Now, let go. Could you melt into the sand anymore? Breathe in through your nose. Let your exhale release tension. Clearing your mind by focusing on your breath or focusing on the letting go in your body. Nothing to do, nothing to be. Everything's getting worked out in your favor as you give yourself this time to recharge. So you don't have to do anything but just give yourself care and nourishment. Breathe in. We're going to take it to the other side. The right leg's now long. The left knee goes over. The hand can help it. I'm going to move my microphone transmitter, but you keep going. And you're going to take your right hand on your knee. Your left fingertips can draw a beautiful circle in the sand. And then we're going to leave that left arm out to palm up. You can look over there and shut the eyes. Breathe in your nose. Exhale, your body releases tension. Take a moment and gently release your backside on the mat again. Realign. Now, the right hand can go to the right foot and the left hand can go to the left foot, and the knees are a little wider than your rib cage. This is Ananda Malasana, Happy Baby. I like to also grab that big toe and help open it up from the midline. Good. Breathe, and I like to add a little rock, so just see what feels good to you. Happy Baby. Ananda Malasana. We're going to shift the feet towards each other. This is a bound angle. Your hands can go to your feet and your elbows might even gently pry your knees open. Supine bound angle, Supta Baddha Konasana. Let your neck relax. And we're going to take a hamstring stretch. One way to do this is to pour one leg down and one leg up. And if you feel like you want a tool, grab your band, grab a towel. I'm feeling pretty content here, so I'm going to show the path of least resistance method of just using my arm. Part of me just does not want to move right now, and I'm going to honor that part. So we're ready, we're letting go, we're feeling the hamstring, we're feeling the calf, and the mind is just so happy to release tension. Sometimes the mind might have a habit to be busy, to feel like it's making progress, and there's so much progress just by letting the mind have a recharge and a break and letting the body up. We're feeling, we're sensing. It's female energy, feeling, sensing, receiving. Now take that leg across and notice how that feels on your outer thigh. Observe how it is. Keep your waist long, your right hip down away from your rib. Breathe in. You can take that leg out a bit. You could take it out a lot. It's up to you. You're going to find places that need the love. So do this. I've got a lot of places that like this stretch. So just see where you are. Probably can't get it wrong. Left leg pours. Breathe in. And then you're going to bring it up, and this is a transition, so we're going to let the right foot down and the left leg slides. You could use your band, you could use your towel, you could use your Pilates ring, you can use your hand. You can just keep melting in the floor. You know when you take your dog for a hike and it comes home and it sighs, that's a physiological release of tension, and we can do it too. Breathe in. Melt it out. Sink into the beach sand. Let that leg go across the midline. Nothing to do, nothing to be, nothing to figure out. There's so much power in this sacred space. That leg might want to move a little, half an inch. It can certainly go out if you'd like. Inhale, and we're going to take both legs out. This is a little Upavista Konasana supine. So really reach through your knee. Your knees are long. Your toes could pull back. Breathe in. And then you could take a Shavasana if you care to. You can take a supine bound angle, palms up. Wherever you are, just rest. And then breathe in the energy of self-care. And I'm going to add an energy of clarity. Your cells are in resonance, in harmony, in a recharged nourishment state. Breathe in that energy of care. And let go of any figuring anything out or anything to do or anything that's anything but ease. So breathe in ease and clarity. Let yourself have that precious moment of ease and clarity and nourishment. And then as you're ready, just begin to wake up your fingers and your toes, that beautiful body that did all of those things that we asked it to do. How amazing is that? We're going to sit up tall and without any effort, just sitting up tall. So we're going to take a moment and notice how you feel grounded. And I'm so glad we created a sacred space. This is where all the clarity comes, all the ease, all the flow. Things are always working out for me. I can review and notice that things are always working out for me. I'm going to look for the most powerful thought today. Things are always working out for me. I don't have to figure anything out, but I know I want it to feel like ease, clarity, flow, fun, joyful, light, uplifting, kind, growing, creation. So as long as I know those energies, everything's working out for me. With so much appreciation, thank you guys so much. Loved having you.